Next up is our special guest from Vodafone. He is the business head of Vodafone Idea's UP East Circle, an electronics and communications engineer who was the best all-rounder of NIT Kurukshetra, an author, a guest lecturer in leading institutions of the country, including IIM Ahmedabad and ISB. Please put your hands together for Nipun Sharma. And who else to moderate this session but the woman who changed the way television debates are moderated on Indian news channels, Faye D'Souza.
Meeranji, I want to start with you. And for those people who don't know, she was the first woman IPS officer of Maharashtra. She was the first district police chief, the first woman police commissioner of Pune. When you started off, and obviously there would have been people who would have thought it was weird that you were there, but I remember how everybody else in the police headquarters treated you with a nice blend of respect, a little bit of fear. And you know, people always straightened their backs when she walked into the room. What is that advice that you'd offer to these young women about being taken seriously about the work that you do, simply for the work that you're doing?
I would like to share that if we want others to take us seriously, first is that we have to take ourselves seriously. So I would urge the young women here to think, to introspect. Are we really taking ourselves seriously? To answer your question, till we women, girls take us seriously, nobody else will do so.
So a lot of times, girls are unsure. And there's research that shows that in school classrooms and in college classrooms and then in boardrooms, women don't speak up. What is the answer to that problem, Meeranji?
I very recently faced the same situation. I had gone to small towns of Maharashtra, Gadchiroli and Chandrapur. After my talk, I said, in the question-answer session, girls will be the first who should ask me, and I will try to reply as frankly and freely as possible. Not a single girl asked me a question. And after the session, so many of them came, and they said, Madam, we wanted to ask you so many things. Can we have a separate session with you? So this discomfort and being quiet when we should be raising our voice is being exploited by others. I'm not saying that girls and women should become aggressive. I'm saying we should assert ourselves.
I want to also ask Aditi this question. I think it was pointed out that you're the youngest member of the panel. Unfortunately, this gets pointed out with us women a lot. Youngest person, only woman, only this, only that. But I want to understand from you how you believe using an art form like a comic strip communicates empowerment to women. Why did you pick that area? And what sort of empowerment do you believe that you are at this point providing to young girls across the country?
So at Menstrupedia, I educate young girls, men, women, educators, everybody about menstruation. Tell them to talk about it openly and in a way which is culturally sensitive because it is a taboo topic. I started working on it because of my own experience of facing the taboo. We all know that periods are a very hush-hush topic. It has become a mainstream topic now. Last 5 years, it has become a very open discussion now. I grew up in this small town called Garhwa in Jharkhand. There were a lot of restrictions that were imposed upon me when I got my periods. And because I have faced these discriminations, I can affirm what it does to a young girl, a girl who is in her formative years. And I always emphasize whenever we talk about women's safety, making women leaders, inculcating leadership skills in them, the pipeline is leaking. We have to fix that particular pipeline right when we are raising them.
So if we can, and I want to keep rolling back these answers, if we can, in a way, remove the taboo and treat your period as natural as, I don't know, a running nose when you have a cold, where girls can continue to go to school. Can you imagine how empowering it will be in this country where everybody then will finish school and will then actually recognize their full potential? So I want to come back to you now in terms of workplaces, and I know that apart from the work that you have done, you now work with other corporates, you work with with entrepreneurs, encouraging more young girls and young women to start their own businesses and become entrepreneurs. Incidentally, the startup world in our country is also a boys' club, somehow. How do we fix that problem?
When we are looking into such organization, what are the policies that we are designing? Right in her speech, Faye mentioned something, safety and protection. Safety is your right, protection is not. Safety is village well. Everybody owns it. When somebody comes and digs it for you, it's protection. Nobody needs to dig it. Yes, it should always be there. And if somebody is digging it, we need even better rules, even better policies to ensure that the well remains there.
So one of the things we have to do, and one of the things I brought up, is keeping women safe in their workplaces. Inside the office, and we've seen enough cases come up recently, and also outside. What is your advice on how corporates need to, at this point, adapt and make sure women are safe?
Today, if the maternity leave is amended, and suddenly we stop hiring women, and we create a paternity leave, we stop hiring men, are we creating these kind of social limitations to shut down our companies, or are we creating a broader opportunities wherein we don't require these policies? They are already taken care of.
You know, we talked about the path-breaking brave women who are on stage. But there is one lone man who's come on stage. He's really brave, isn't he? So you're a brave guy to have come on, especially in this panel. But in this room, all the women, do all of you have smartphones? I'm assuming you all do, right? But there are a lot of people in this country who don't have smartphones. Tell us how technology can play that part of bridging that gap.
Faye, first of all, thanks. Proud to be part of this privileged panel, you know. And really gladdens my heart that I'm in minority here. And I've got so much to learn from our esteemed panelists. Today we are using our smartphones for social networking, for educating ourselves, for learning, for playing games, for doing our office work. But I think mobile phones can also play a pivotal role in empowering women and unlocking progress.
The service that we are talking about today, and I do believe this particular service will make a massive difference. So would you mind just taking them through what the service offers?
Sure, Faye. So this is, the whole idea of Vodafone Sakhi came from the idea that the mobile phone can be the first line of defense for women. It is a free of cost safety service for women. And it has several empowering features like emergency alerts, emergency balance, and private number recharge, which is a big requirement for women, especially in semi-urban and rural areas. And as you spoke about that, a lot of women do not have access to smartphones and mobile internet. This service not only is free of cost, but it can also work without internet, and it will also work even if there is no balance on your phone.